Hello there, fellow soul travelers. My name is Laurelann Porter, and I'm a shamanic artist. And what I'm going to do for you today is I'm going to guide you through a process which is going to help you with the skills that you need to dream a new world into being. I know that sounds very grand, but it can be very grand if we let it be. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to very briefly open sacred space, because when we want to do this work with our dreams and have them be work in a sacred way, then it's good to call in our guides, our ancestors, whatever you need to call in to be there to help you feel safe and secure. And then I'll just talk very, very briefly about sort of where I have inherited my knowledge, so that you know whose shoulders I stand on. And then I'll kind of walk you through very briefly just what the steps are going to be that we're going to do. And then I'm going to actually sing you through a demo. And as we're preparing to start the song, I'm going to ask you to set an intention about a dream figure that you're going to invite to come into the space. So let me start by opening sacred space. To the winds of the south, Satamama, great serpent, come and wrap your coils of light around us. Teach us to shed our past the way you shed your skin. Teach us to walk the beauty way. Beauty in front of us, beauty behind us, beauty below us, beauty above us, beauty on either side of us, beauty within us, and beauty without us. Aho. To the winds of the west, Otorongo, mother, sister, jaguar, come into this medicine space and protect us. Protect us from all intrusive energies and entities. Teach us the way beyond death, across the rainbow bridge and back, so that we may know forgiveness and we may walk the path with courage. Aho. To the winds of the north, Siwarkente, royal hummingbird, come into this medicine space and teach us to drink only from the nectar of life. Teach us to find stillness even in motion. And to the ancestors of the land upon which we stand, the ancestors of all those who are gathered here, and all those whose knowledge we are sharing, we ask you to be present with us. Warm your hands around this candle flame and share with us your wisdom so that we may honor you with our words and actions. Aho. To the winds of the east, great eagle, condor, urubu, raven, all those who come from the land of the rising sun, the place of our becoming, come and be present with us in this medicine space. Teach us to see with eagle eyes. Teach us to fly wing to wing with great spirit, and hold us under your wings when we falter. Aho. Mother Earth, Pachamama, Mother Gaia, the one who always supports us, from whom all life comes, to whom all life must return. Thank you for your loving embrace, Mother. Teach us to be in Aini, in right relationship with all creation, with the plant people, the stone people, the creepy crawlies, the finned, the feathered, the furred, and our fellow two-leggeds. Help us to model that right relationship so that all future generations may have joyful, abundant lives. Aho. Father Sun and Grandmother Moon and all of our Star Nation brothers and sisters, you who are known by 1,000 names and you who cannot be named, watch over us in this medicine space today. Illuminate our pathways so that we may walk our destined path with clarity and certainty. Aho. So I opened that sacred space in the tradition of the Four Winds Society, which is where I trained. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to talk just a little bit about where my experience comes from, so you know, again, like I said, whose shoulders I stand on. But in addition to the work that I studied as a shaman with the Four Winds Society, I also have studied dream tending with Stephen Eisenstadt at the Pacifica Graduate Institute. I'm in the process of getting a level 2 certification. And I have also been studying integral deep listening with Dr. Joseph Dillard in Germany. And those two methods are some really, really very deep and profound ways for dealing with our dreams. And I say dealing with not in a working kind of way, but in a way that I really would love us all to just get really curious. Get really curious about your dreams. Even if you haven't had a dream that you've remembered in years, just allow your curiosity and your imagination to be present here today so that it can give you some insights. And then in addition to the studies that I have done, I also have just been a lifelong dream enthusiast. I tend to be one of those people that has very vivid dreams. And I've been doing the tarot for myself for over 20 years. And so the way I look at archetypes and mythology is often influenced by the tarot. So what I'm going to first do is I'll ask you to just already begin imagining what kind of dream figure you might want to invite into your mental psychic space here today. I'm going to guide us through a breath work meditation. And then while I am singing, actually before I get to the song, I'm going to just guide you through a few steps where we're going to allow the dream figure to share with us any associations it might have in your regular daily life. And then we will invite the figure to show any amplifications it might have with archetypal or mythological interpretations of the image that comes through. And then we will allow the dream figure, the dream image, to become animate. And then I will sing you through a shamanic dream journey with this figure. We will do a few things to make sure that it is a safe presence and that you are safe with this dream figure in the space with you. And then while I am singing you through this song, I'll just ask that you receive whatever visions and insights that you are requesting from your spirit guides to come through very clearly. And then at the end of the song, I will actually guide you through some journaling or sketching. So I recommend having a sketchbook or a journal on hand. So I think that is enough explaining. I think it's time to actually do things. I hope that that excites you as well. Okay. Alrighty then. So let's actually start with the breathing practice. And on this breathing practice, it's a 4-4-4-4 breathing practice, which means that you inhale for a count of 4, you hold that for a count of 4, then you exhale for a count of 4, you hold that for a count of 4, and we do that 4 times. And it just helps to get us in a nice, relaxed, sort of meditative state. And then I will talk you through what you can expect to do with the associations and amplifications and animation. But as you are starting this breathing, I want you to just set the intention that whatever dream figure comes through is one that is the right one for you to receive as a guest right now. And I would like you to also set the intention that this dream figure that comes through is going to be a dream figure that helps you understand what your next steps are to dream a new world into being. So, inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. And now what I'd like you to do, you can keep your eyes closed if you'd like. You can leave them open. It's totally up to you. But in your mind's eye, I'd like you to just see what dream figure is visiting you today. And just take a moment to notice the presence of this dream figure that is visiting you today. And just also take a moment to check in with your spirit guides to see, is this dream figure at a safe distance? Or does there need to be some more space and energy between you and this dream figure? And what you also might do as you are just observing this dream figure, for now, try to avoid making eye contact. Just observe the dream figure and just notice what they look like and notice what they remind you of. What does this dream figure make you think of? Does it make you think of any memories? Does it make you think of a person? What about the landscape of this dream figure? Does that remind you of a place you've been somewhere? And then as you are just noticing what associations are coming through, I want you to also just allow in your imagination and in your mind's eye any of those connections that are larger than life to make themselves known. Maybe there is some sort of archetypal character that this dream figure reminds you of. Maybe there is some primordial essence that this dream figure reminds you of. What are the sort of larger than life thematic elements that seem like they come hand in hand with this figure? And then when you feel ready, and if it feels safe, see if it's all right to make eye contact with the dream figure. And if it's not all right, that's fine. Just be in each other's presence. And just notice from a safe distance, out of the corner of your eye, what this dream figure is here doing with you today. And I am going to sing you through a song that came from a dream of mine. And you don't even really have to listen to the lyrics, but you can if you want to. And I'm going to just give myself a little rhythm here so we can make it kind of interesting. The place looked vaguely familiar, as if I'd been there in some other lifetime. But once I looked a little bit deeper, I saw the remnants of a former version of myself. Each of the characters from all those years ago, showing me the faces of my own reflection. Wondering why it all looks so grim and shady. All the faces looking at me for some connection. Going deep in the dream time to uncover the stains on my memory. take some me time to recover the joys that had left me. When I saw what was about to happen, I wanted to leave, but I wanted to save you. I knew I couldn't fight, so I left you all alone there. I sat outside and listened to your cries as they hurt you. What does it mean to be a sacred witness when you know you can't do anything but stop and listen? In the aftermath, I saw you dazed and listless. Offered my arm to help you get back up. Going deep in a dream time to uncover stains on my memory. Gonna take some me time to recover the joy that has left me. Going deep in a dream time to uncover the stains on my memory. I'm gonna take some me time to recover the joys that have left me. Okay, so before you come back to the conscious place, I would like you to grab your journal or your sketchbook or whatever you have handy, even if you just need to type some notes on your phone. And I would like you to just write down or draw whatever was presented to you, whatever came through. Draw the image, make a note of it, describe what happened, describe what you saw. And there are some guidelines that I'd like you to encourage you to remember, especially because oftentimes when we are dealing with dreams, we are dealing with some of the darkest places in our psyche. Especially if you're having nightmares, quite often that's someplace deep in your psyche that is really trying to give you some kind of a wake-up call. And when you don't listen, it starts to get pretty scary. And so being able to be present with some of those dream figures that can be very terrifying is a way that we can actually diffuse them. We can name them and look them in the eye and say, I am not afraid of you. And just that very act can be a really powerful way to empower yourself and diffuse the power of the nightmarish figure. So when you feel like you have, as you're still writing or jotting, I also want to encourage you to take the time to pause, move slowly through this work and even in life. Oftentimes, our dream language is trying to tell us that we just need to go a little more slowly for things to happen for us. And the other thing is, if you can be a detached observer in your own life, then you can look back at your life objectively and say, what has led me here? What have I done well? What has not gone so well? What are my skills and talents? Because when you know where you've been, and when you start to notice what your gifts and talents are, it makes it a lot easier to dream that new world into being. So what I'd like you to do now is we're going to actually have a dialogue with that dream figure. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a couple of deep breaths. Keep your journal handy. You're going to need it. Take a couple of deep breaths. And on the next breath, just see if you can sort of exhale your ego mind. Just exhale your conscious mind. And on the next inhale, I want you to just allow yourself to be aware of the consciousness of that dream figure. And just allow the consciousness of that dream figure to inhabit your brain for just a little while, because I am going to be asking that dream figure some questions, and you're going to respond as if you are that dream figure. It's just like a little acting exercise. So I'll take a nice deep breath too. Hello there, dream figure. Dream figure, I would love for you to just describe yourself. What are you doing? Where are you? What do you look like? What's your purpose in life, dream figure? What do you like to do? And now, dream figure, I'd like you to describe what you would consider to be your strengths, the things you really love about yourself. What do you really like most about yourself, dream figure? And then, of course, dream figure, we're going to have to ask the next question as well is, what are the things that you don't really like about yourself? What are maybe your weaknesses? Maybe even things you wish you could change about yourself. What do you think about that, dream figure? Are you happy just the way you are, or is there some way that you would like to change or transform, dream figure? And what if I told you, dream figure, that you could just transform to be any way you would like? Go ahead and do it. You're an imaginary figure. Just change if you'd like. Just do it. But it's okay to stay the same if you're perfectly happy the way you are. So, dream figure, what are you doing right here, right now, at this moment? Do you have any messages to bring? Do you have any special insights or wisdom to offer? What kind of medicine do you carry, dream figure? And when are the situations and circumstances in which your dreamer might be able to use that medicine in their life? And lastly, dream figure, I'd like you to share with your dreamer, what is one thing you can do right now to help dream a new reality into being? What would you tell your dreamer right now? And keep in mind, I'm going through this rather quickly, but you can always take more time later on. You can draw or paint for as long as you like. You can journal for as long as you like. You can just take as long as that dream figure is looking to have that dialogue with you. And then when you feel that dialogue is finished, say thank you to the dream figure. In fact, we're going to say thank you to the dream figure right now, so you can always come back and visit. But right now, thank you so much, dream figure, for your presence here today. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us. And thank you for being present for your dreamer. So now, dreamer, just take a couple of nice deep breaths. And what I'd love for you to do is to just glance down at what you heard your dream figure tell you. And you might be surprised at how the dream figure may be describing you. And just see how that feels. So, I'm going to give everybody just another minute or so to come back to your conscious self, right? Come back to this reality. If your eyes were closed and you were off on a really long journey, go ahead and wiggle your toes a little bit. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers a little bit. When it feels right, go ahead and open your eyes. So, what I'd like you to do now for yourself is I'd like you to take all that information that you just got from your higher self, from your dream consciousness, from your imagination. Those are our sources of this wisdom today. And just set one intention that's going to set you in the right direction for whatever is the next adventure in your life. But just take a look at what has come through for you and then make one small step, one small action about that. So I have a lot of things to offer, and some of them are free and some of them are not, but I would love to chat with you. If you find this work stimulating, if you find this work inspiring, if you want to know what it means to be a shamanic artist, which is what I call myself because I use shamanism and my creativity. I'm a singer, obviously. And I use those together to make my own unique medicine. And I bring that to the world. So if you want to book a call with me, there's a little streamer, whatever they call those things. I'm just so technically savvy that I know the name of everything. I don't have these open all the time. So if you can, get on my calendar in June if you can, because I'm already talking to people about being involved in the next cohort of Butterfly Boot Camp. And Butterfly Boot Camp is my 6-month training program in shamanic artistry. And so what I do is I train you in the same skills in shamanic energy medicine that I trained in with the Four Winds Society. But I also have a much deeper emphasis on dreams and creativity. So even though those things are kind of covered in the Four Winds training, when you come study with me, those are a much more deeply embedded aspects to the training. So this is especially good if you are someone who has been a creative in the past and maybe your creativity has been stifled. I also run a creative grieving program. So if your creativity has been stifled because of grief, I can help you with that. So book a free discovery call. That's the link. You should be able to just click on the free 30-minute consultation. Book a call with me, because if this interests you and this excites you, then we can work together. The other thing that I'm offering, which is totally free, is I do a new moon ceremony every month. And this one happens to be Thursday. So if you want to, I think in the comments to this live stream, we're going to have the link where you can sign up to receive invitations to these new moon ceremonies. And the new moon ceremonies, I do them for free for the public, just as a general rule, because this is something that when I received this rite from Marcela Lobos of the Four Winds Society, she really kind of gave us a mandate to just go deliver it to as many people as we can. And the rite of the womb that she channeled through is a ceremony that helps us to heal our womb. And it doesn't have to be just for a physical, literal uterus. Even if you're not a female bodied person, we all have a divine creative center. And for many, 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 many of us, the work of that divine creative center has been denigrated or called all sorts of awful names. Many of us are still generations later, surviving witch wounds. And so this rite of the womb helps us to restore the power of our creative center. This was a rite that was channeled by a line of women, a lineage of women who had freed themselves from pain in their womb. And so the next one's going on Thursday night. I invite you to join me. It's always free. You can invite anybody you want. Even men can join because men have a creative center as well. So those are the offerings I've got. And there is, if you go to my website, laurelannporter.com, you can also find out a little bit more about Butterfly Bootcamp and about my creative grieving program as well. So I'm so honored that you all have been here with me this evening or afternoon or morning or wherever it is, wherever you are. Thanks. Appreciate it.